I don't know. It's not going to stay away for long.
No, yeah, Emerald, tomorrow the skies are really going to open up, and this brings a flood threat for our area because it's not just going to be tomorrow evening, Monday evening. We have Tuesday and Wednesday where we'll have heavier than normal rainfall, and then towards the end of the week things will get a little bit back to normal. But even normal here in Florida, we have those daily downpours, right? So let's break it all down. So right now we have some pretty hefty storms that are trying to drop in from the northern end of the peninsula. That's heading towards Orlando. We don't really have to worry about those. However, we will have a little bit of rain and a few downpours on the way for tomorrow afternoon, right ahead of lunchtime. But most of the rain that we're expecting, where we have that flood threat, holding off until the evening hours. Now, on the bigger picture here, we have this area of low pressure that's kind of just meandering off the southeast coast. Now, this is associated with a trough. A trough is just an elongated area of low pressure, right? So the concern here is as this moves across the peninsula and gets into the Gulf waters, could it turn tropical? Could it get better organized? Right now, it's a disorganized, sloppy system, and there is that potential for that to occur, and that's why that area is tagged in the Gulf. So let's break it down. First, let's start off with our weather impact alert. So we issue these as your 10 Tampa Bay team of meteorologists to give you guys a heads up. We usually issue these when it's an inconvenience to you, right? And I would say that some pretty heavy downpours and the flood threat is an inconvenience, right? So this goes on for tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Wednesday, we may cut it short, just depending on when the bulk of this heavier than normal rainfall gets out of here. The impact would be those tropical downpours and some localized flooding possible. And what you need to do, make sure you have those alerts turned on your phone. Please take a lesson from Texas. Make sure you have more than one way to get alerts. A weather radio is great. Having our app, we always like you to have that. And make sure you're paying attention to social media. It doesn't just have to be our accounts here. There's plenty of great meteorologists across the area, and we're all working together to give you the latest. All right, so what's the weather impact alert? Breaking it down a little bit more, we're watching that disturbance off the southeast coast. The warm water and the low shear could lead to further gradual development as it makes its way into the Gulf. We have that elevated rain and flood threat regardless of tropical development or not. And if you're curious, if it does make it to a tropical storm, the next name on the list would be Dexter. So breaking down the tropics a little bit more here, this is through the National Hurricane Center, that area highlighted in the yellow, meaning that a tropical system could form anywhere in that yellow circle, but it has a low probability at this time. The ensemble models are becoming in a little bit better agreement. There's no spaghetti plots right now because it's not an area of interest yet to the National Hurricane Center. That's when it's named an invest, right? We'll probably get that soon. We just don't have it for tonight. So here's a couple scenarios. If it stays closer to the coast, there's less likely of a chance that it will turn tropical. If it stays in the Gulf waters a little bit longer, obviously it's working with less interaction from the land, less friction, and it's working with that warm Gulf water, which is basically bath water right now. We have temperatures in the upper 80s in the Gulf. So yes, it does have the potential, if it kind of meanders in that water a little bit longer, to develop into a tropical system, and then it could become Dexter. But again, what you need to know is that we're expecting anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of rain into about the middle of the week. So that's coming over a couple of days, 3 to 5 inches. And yes, that brings the flood threat. So we want to make sure you guys are prepared for that and expect that heavy rainfall on the way, mainly for tomorrow evening, Tuesday and Wednesday. And of course, we will be giving you updates on our 10 Tampa Bay Plus app. For now, those red banners mean that make sure you have a second way to get those weather alerts if they pop up and we need to notify you.
All right, a lot to track, but we know you